The 27th WNBA season tipped off on Friday, and the Liberty played their season opener. It was not a positive one for New York as they fell to the Mystics. So let's talk some Liberty hoops with the founder of Girls Talk Sports TV. My good friend Khristina Williams joins me now. Khristina, I know it was tip-off day in the WNBA on Friday. I'm sure it was a busy day for you. Did you enjoy it?
I absolutely loved the opening day for the WNBA. There was a lot of great games slated, and looking ahead to the Liberty in Brooklyn this weekend.
Yeah, I know you're looking ahead to that one. Now, the new look Liberty, they were trounced by the Mystics, 80-64. Khristina, I know you saw this. Some people on Twitter were jumping out the window already, worried about the Liberty. It was an offensive struggle for New York. So I have to ask you this. Some people are concerned. Are you concerned about the Liberty's effort in the opener?
I'm absolutely not concerned about the Liberty's effort on night one against the Mystics, especially because that was a tough matchup for the Liberty. They faced one of the best defensive teams in the league. And so, it's going to be growing pains for the Liberty as they get started and get acquainted with this new roster. Courtney Vandersloot described it as a big lesson for the team. And Coach Sandy Brandello in the postgame said she wished that the team had a little bit longer to practice and play together in training camp. Remember, last week, Courtney Vandersloot was out due to concussion protocols. Brianna Stewart, she had some time to rest because she had overseas commitment and came back from Turkey. And then Jonquel Jones, she's restricted on minutes because she's still rehabbing from that stress fracture in her left foot. And so it's going to take a little bit for the Liberty to get their chemistry building on court. And this week was that first week that they actually had a chance to practice as a full roster. And so early growing pains for the Liberty. I just wouldn't be too concerned.
Not too concerned. You've talked about that this team would need time to get things together, to get that chemistry. You've spoken about that. You also gave credit to the Washington Mystics, who you called one of your sleeper teams this season. Now, Khristina, the Liberty, they've had high expectations coming into the season. And as I said, you spoke about how the team would need time to gel. With New York adding two former MVPs to the roster, how long do you think it will take for this team to actually gel?
Yeah, just being in a Liberty training camp, they knew, all of the players and staff, they knew the expectation that's in place on this team because of all of the big star free agents that they acquired in the offseason. I don't think it's going to take long for this team to bounce back. I mean, again, going back to what Courtney Vandersloot said last night was a big learning lesson. I think that once they make the proper adjustments, then they're going to be an unstoppable team.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be strong. We all know the talent that they have there, and it should not take them long with the talent they have, and once they get healthy, to bounce back. Speaking of bouncing back, they have a chance to bounce back right away. Home opener is Sunday against the Fever. What does New York need to do, Khristina, to get their first win of the season?
What New York needs to do in order to get the first win of the season against the Indiana Fever is limit their turnovers. Yesterday against the Mystics, they had 22 turnovers. I also think that they need to have better communications on defense, and they need to space the floor better on offense and move the ball a little bit more. Yesterday, we saw in that game against the Mystics how well the New York Liberty moved the ball in the first quarter, and then they moved away from that. And then again, sharing the ball will help with offensive efficiency. The Liberty yesterday was 7 for 36. Their big three and Sabrina, Brianna Stewart, and JJ. They shot 7 for 36. I think that I want to see the ball in Stewie's hands a little bit more. And Stewie was also in foul trouble, so limit that as well. And I think that Coach Sandy, she definitely has to figure out her rotations because there are so many great players on the team. And then once they figure out the little things, I think that they'll be all right.
All right, we'll see if the Liberty will be okay. 2 p.m. tip on Sunday at the Barclays Center against the Indiana Fever. Khristina Williams, she will be in the building, founder of Girls Talk Sports TV. Always good to talk some W basketball with you. Always good to talk some Liberty hoops with you as well, Khristina. Thank you for the time. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Dexter.